and research affiliated from Guru Gobind Singh Indraprasth University, an institution which is committed to academic excellence and the leadership development. We believe in creating the opportunities that bridge the gap between academic learning and real-world corporate insights. This session for the leadership development is a testament to our mission. We are confident that this session will empower each one of you with the valuable insights and the practical strategies to grow as a professionals and the upcoming leaders. Here, I am Dr. Sugandh Raval from DSPSR. Welcome you all to this remarkable occasion. First of all, I would like to invite our special guest, our session speaker, Mr. Sandeep Maini, alumnus DSPSR from the batch 1999 to 2003. Also, I would extend my heartfelt thanks to the moderator of our session, again, alumna from our DSPSR, Ms. Veenu Kapoor. Thank you all to join us today to share their insights and experience with our students and the other valuable guests. We have also known you as a great persons who are filled with the positivity. To commence our event by lighting the virtual lamp of the knowledge and wisdom, which is a symbolic moment of signifying darkness and igniting the thought and enlightenment. It's our honor to invite our honorable dignitaries virtually for lighting of the lamp, hereby requesting Ms. Ishita Kashyap from DSPSR to play the video of lighting of the lamp. Thank you, ma'am. Moving forward, now I would like to invite Mr. Sandeep Maini, alumnus from the BBA batch 1999 to 2003, who is presently working with HDFC Bank as an assistant vice president in the retail branch banking. He is working with HDFC since 2009, having an experience of more than 22 years, working since June 2003. He is serving in the HDFC as assistant vice president. However, he started his journey as a deputy manager in 2009. He has also served in HSBC as an assistant manager. We are having a valuable thanks to our Mr. Sandeep Maini to join us, to strengthen us today for this event, and to enlighten our participants who are joining from the different places to learn and grow. Next, I would like to invite Ms. Veenu Kapoor, alumna DSPSR from the batch 2020-23. She is currently working as a customer service associate in Federal Bank, has joined since September 2023. Ma'am, we are also honored by your presence. Looking forward to a vast knowledge and inspiring journey. I also extend my warm welcome to our respectful faculty members, all our participants, and the esteemed guests whose presence and commitment will reflect in our growth and experience. I would like to hand over this session now to Ms. Veenu Kapoor, alumna DSPSR, as a moderator. We welcome you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for the warm welcome. Hello, everyone. Good evening. I hope you all are doing well. Hello, sir.
Yeah, hi, good evening.
Hi, how are you, sir?
I hope you all can, my voice is clear.
Yes, sir, it's clear.
First of all, I would like to thank everybody and remembering us. It's almost around 23 years that I had passed out from the institute, and the experience and being the first batch is always a great, has got great learnings from there, and very pleasure to have a call from I think one of the professors, I think Mr. Pawan, who called me up, and it is wonderful to speak to all of you. Thank you very much.
Okay, sir. So let's just start with the, some questions that students are eager to hear
Sure.
your answers. Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. So first of all, I would like to ask you, like, how did you get into banking or these, this financial sector? Like, how did it hit you? Like, why banking? Is there any particular reason?
See, banking is something, which gets you a lot of learning. You get into a lot of public dealing. You get to learn a lot of things. And being a banker in a branch kind of banking space, which I'm there for uh, almost last 15, 16 years, you learn each and every aspect of banking. You don't get delve into all the into the basics, but yes, you understand all the things which is there of related to banking, from a basic customer understanding, case customer handling, to the to the higher side which is there. So banking is something which came to me uh, uh, by the options were when I passed out from the day space. So in a financial sector for quite a long time. So yes, it was an option which I took because the learning was there was much better as come, and very, very extensive learning was there.
Okay. So I think you must have faced some challenges in the like first few years. Like now you are assistant vice president, but in the initial phase you must have faced a lot of challenges while customer dealing. And can you just tell us a few challenges?
Uh, See, first year for any person getting into the new place, it's very, very, very difficult, very challenging. Adjusting is very difficult. I started with HDFC. I came from HSBC. Things were totally different. Uh, the volume were totally different. The uh, the banking policies was totally different. And the first year was, where you don't understand how the things are going. So so first year is something, it is just like you take a birth at a new place, something, just like a new child is born, first year is always something where she goes to changes teething and all that stuff. Similar thing is with a career also. Whichever organization we join, the first year is something where you don't understand what exactly is going on. So every day is a new day. And since most of the things are doing on the job, so whatever the customer whom you face, every interactions come with a new challenges and a new feedbacks and new concerns. So uh, since I've been told that you are also into Federal Bank, you can also understand that the customer who comes at your counter, who comes at your seat, sits across you, he does not they does not have a, a they doesn't have a specific they always have a specific concern, so they does not have a, we do not deal with the, a specific set of customers. We does not deal with a specific set of issues. Every customer comes with a specific set of problems. So that is something which is always a concern, when the first year happens. It was for each and every person, the first year is always a troublesome thing.
Yes. Okay. So, like through these years, what are the different roles that you have been?
See, I've been quite lucky to serve in one of the biggest branches of HDFC Bank. And one of the biggest branches, when you there, you learn a different aspect. So I started my profile as on date is assistant vice president, that is HR grade, but my official designation is a branch operation manager or backup branch manager. So I started as a welcome desk, where I need to handle the customers, handle their concerns. Then I went into even handle the locker operations. I even handle the cash, the most which are the most core thing banking which is there. And I still remember on the very first day of being into cash, I I did a mess. I lost $100 Canadian. So so you can understand $100 Canadian mean around 7,000, 8,000 rupees. So so basically, then I become a, a BBA, which is basically an ops profile, and as on date, I'm a backup branch manager profile, which is there, and
Okay.
HR designation, which you already know.
Okay. So according to you, what are the skills that a banker should have?
See, banking is very, very wide thing. It is not only what we are into dealing to, as I told you earlier also, that being in a branch banking, it gives you a various job profiles learning. So for example, if somebody who want to know about rate, I will not get into the complete details, but yes, I can get into the basics things. So one need to be, handle the public, how the things is to handle, understand their concerns, understand their issues, and learning should be always a continuous thing. So that is something which has been there.
Okay. So can you just guide the students how to stay updated in their skills?
See, one of the major thing is that one of the major things the student should always look for, they should always keep on learning the new skills. And basically, there are a lot of things which are happening in banking as on date. What I personally believe that down the line, as banks, people are going to get more and more digitized. They already are. The physical presence of branches will most probably will get obsolete. Something which has happening in West. So people should learn to get in touch with. They should look for learning a bit of IT skills, something which will always help them. They should look for team handling skills. That is something which is always there. They should look for where they should be able to understand the customer, his concerns. And naturally, the thing is this, since this is as I tell a lot of my reportees, a lot of my colleagues, that this is a big bank is just like it's a big bazaar of financial products. So somebody can approach us just for a financing of a small phone to a financing of a project. So we should understand the things, make the customer understand. We should understand the customer's issues, his concerns, and they should be addressed to the specific person so that it can be addressed to the adequate level.
Okay. So, sir, since you must be managing, a lot of people under you, so can you just guide like how do you make a high performing team? Like, what do you find in individuals that could be a high performing team for you? Because in banking, since I am also a banker, I think nowadays sales is the major thing. Like opening accounts, getting FDs. So, how do you judge a person that he or she will be able to do that?
See, ultimately, banking is basis on relationship only. So whomsoever he is there, join a bank, the customer should know the bank or the branch or the premises by his name. So that is something which I expect from my team, that customer should be well understood. What is his needs? What is his requirements? Things are really is becoming very, very competitive. The deposits, getting deposit into banking is something which is very, very difficult because people has got much more avenues to put the money in, and similar ways with others. So basically, whenever I ask my team, I ask them to get in touch with the customer, interact with him. Don't go and push the products with him. Interact with him. The more you interact with him, the much will be the solution can come. You will be able to understand him. Just understand what exactly is his need is. So that is how the team should be there. And naturally, somebody who understands this thing makes him the connection. Basically, a staff should always be the one point contact for the customer. So anybody who enters into a branch, he should come and take the name of the person that I'm coming to meet him. So that is something which makes a good team. Your point is absolutely correct. The banking is becoming more and more sales because decisioning is happening not at the branch levels. But yes, our job is getting into onboarding the correct customer with the correct profile. And actually, we should, if the customer grows financially, so and we were able to help him in that way, definitely we as a bank or we at a branch and as an institution will grow. And definitely down the line, the economy also.
Okay, so do you think that banking can provide a good work-life balance? Because my parents say that
yes.
banks get closed at 5. You don't have to work after that, so they are on this mindset.
I'm facing this question for last 16 years.
Okay.
And practically speaking, we get in at least in my whole region, at least what I received a feedback, at least we get 1 or 2 emails from our wives that why my husband is coming late. So the matter of fact is basically whenever you are public facing kind of person, just like what the profile of yours is also what had been told to me in the earlier discussion. Uh, for the whole day, you have to deal with the people, and
Correct.
then first and second, the banking hours does not end the with the closure of a bank. So those days are gone when the banks used to have a chain, the guard used to be there, and they used to lunchtime also.
Yes.
So those things are far gone days, and basically work-life balance is something which is a bit of problem not only in this sector but each and every sector. And naturally, being in a banking where the competition is also huge, one need to cope with this. Yes, but if one approaches it positively, makes your family understand that this is what I'm doing, and especially my because I did not saw the how much participants are there, especially is ladies who are there, and since their job even continues after they reach home. So my request is simple that you should always handle it with positively, and uh, uh, banking is something where you can there's no limit to rise. So there's no limit to stop. So basically, you can start from very, very basic levels. All of my seniors, as on date, they had started from very, very basic levels. I know few of them who are there banking for last HDFC Bank since 2004 when the bank started. They used to be cashiers. They used to be sit in cash vans and deposit cash from there to there. But yes, today they are at a very, very some at SVP level, some at SVP2 level. So we should handle it with positiveness. So this is how the things are. Work-life balance is something which is something, yes, which is a
Yes.
bit of different.
Okay. So, according to you, how much important is networking in banking?
It's very, very critical. Just try to understand. There's a very old saying that uh, whenever you change the organization, whenever you move out of organization, whenever you get transferred from organization, you always take the customers with you, right? And that
Yes.
customer itself it can be a very, very good network for you. Asking the customer for reference is much more easier than going to the market and distributing your cards. It's very difficult to get something out of the wherever you are going. For example, it's a very, very big fact that uh, in most of the cases we don't have, especially if I'm talking about my personal experience, that we don't even have a good penetration in the individual's family. So we have accounts of, let's suppose, of people who are young. For example, somebody who's less than 30, 40s, but we don't have accounts of the parents. So if I give the service a good relationship with the person who's young, somebody who even have a salary account with us, I can definitely go and have a deposits of somebody who is old. So, for example, it's a fact that senior citizen has got much more deposits in the economy. They got much more money with them, and they generally have a habit of saving, which generally the young people don't have. So networking is something which is very, very critical, something which always plays a role, where you can always go and ask your customers for references. And definitely, this is something which is critical. Not only this, it is always helpful for you also, wherever you're looking for, if you're looking for a, a new job profile, switching, movement in between. And the more you meet people, the more you will going to learn the things.
Yeah, right. Okay, so one thing that I've observed, like I'm in banking since almost I'll be completing 2 years, two
Oh,
months
great.
later.
Hmm.
So like daily I'm learning something new. There is like everything, like every time there is a command that I'm learning new. There is always something in my daily routine that my manager says you don't know this. So according to you, is banking a continuous learning, or is there a stage where you can say I am a complete banker, I don't uh,
See, basically, it's a there's learning is always, there's a very good line that those who know everything knows nothing.
right.
So, matter of practice, there are a lot of things to be learned. There are a lot of things which I'm also learning these days, and things are very, very fluid. So, uh, from understanding, because see, basically, since if I don't know the financial jargons, uh, I will not be able to speak to the customer. Then how does those financial jargons can come? Those financial jargons can only come if you regularly read the newspapers. And
Hmm.
I still remember that yellow newspaper. It's still continuing, and that started when I started with the journey with Dayspace in 1999, and and by the guidance of various professors who are few of them over here. So that one should go to the yellow newspapers, understand the jargons, understand things which is there, because when if the customer says some word, for example, state some words, put some word, and you're not able to understand, you say, huh. So basically, I tell my most of my reportees that don't get into the complete crux, but you should be able to understand it. Whenever somebody asks a query, you should not turn your neck to your senior
Hmm.
to ask him. So yes, it's a continued process. It's a very, very extensive thing. Uh, Being at a branch banking, it's I think I'm in I'm my exposure is just very, very small. Banking is very big, so it is a very, very continuous process, and it's a wide. You can learn as much as you can. There's no limit.
Okay, so could you please tell us some external factors that could affect the banking sector?
There are many. There are many, many, many of them. Uh, just 2 days back, actually, banking is always impacted by a lot of factors. Uh, we Being a banker, we always get impacted by any decisions which is taken by any government, uh, any international problems which is there, uh,
Hmm.
any uh, uh, any changes in uh, any rates, even by the international organization, international, even if they don't have any huge impact here in India, then also they had a huge impact with the bank. So there are a lot of external factors which is impact us. For example, uh, many of us might be aware that recently RBI has reduced its repo rate. It has come to around 5.3, 5.65, 5.5 something.
5.5, yes.
5.5 something. So I was in discussion with one of my NR product head. So he told me that uh, we, as on date, we are just 1% above the US rates. So that is just 1% gap which is there. But somebody who's putting the money, sending the remitting money to me in the deposits rates, he or she will not be looking for a, a variance of just 1%. So we external factor impacts a lot in banking. There's huge, very basic things, just like real estate today is going into into a huge high rise are happening in real estate. But if you look at the ticket size are becoming big. So the medium and basically the large and medium sized tickets are not coming. So because we as a bankers, or we as a economy, we require those small tickets also, where the people of medium income, people of bit of uh, uh bit of higher end middle class or upper middle class, they should be able to buy the properties. But properties are moving high, and the reason for it also. And uh, so real estate, there are various things which is there. So external factors always impact the banking sector in one way or another.
Okay. So last question I would like to ask that would you guide today's students to join banking or not? How is it like? What type of people should join banking?
Uh, See, banking is something which where you want to learn and want to spend some time. See, basically, most of people uh, whom I, most of new joinees whom I working with as on date, uh, they are mostly are one who keep on skipping from one place to another. Uh, Somebody was joking few days back when one of the farewell of one of my staff was happening. So I told them, there was joking, sir आपने तो कम से कम 250-300 farewell देख लिया। हाँ यार, अब तो याद भी नहीं है कितने लोग छोड़ के चले गए। तो basically uh, for a new joinees who are there, my request is very simple. If you want to join any organization, not only banking, you should stay with it. Stay, give it some time, and uh, you by shifting from one place to another, switching from one place to another, they might give you some jump, they might give you some basic jumps, but ultimately the learning is something which will always you will always to get into when you are there at the place and you understand the things. Whenever the problem comes is that when you keep on shifting. I know many people who had shifted from my organization, went to another organization, then went to a third organization, and things are same. Ultimately, any organization, any sector which you go, the basics remain the same. You have to, the structure, the basics, everything remain the same. So basically, my request to each one of you, and for you also, since you are in a very good reputed bank with the old private sector bank, so just just keep on learning, understanding things, understand what the management is asking for you, and don't be at the bottom line. Just try to be in middle. Not everybody can be the top, but try to be at middle. Just try to do what the management is looking for, because the basics is always there. The first year is always gruesome. I also went for 3 interviews in the very first year when I joined HDFC Bank, and somehow the people were asking the same question which my manager was asking in this. So I thought, yeah, what the hell does it matter? Let me just continue with. So basically, things remain the same. It's always suggestible that you should be stick to one place, give some time, give some place, and then only you have to learn. Because naturally, there can be a lot of options where you can keep on extending yourself within the organization. We as a in my own bank, the employee strength is somewhere around is 1.5 to 2 lakhs. So there's a huge scope, and uh, overall in banking sector in pan India, uh, according to in the banking sector pan India, there are basically there's a it is giving a huge stimulus to the organization, to the country. So we people are playing a major role in getting people there, both in urban and hinterland areas. But just think about it, for a person who's earning a few lakh rupees in a year or something, and he is able to take some loans, get his properties loans. So basically, anybody who's there, he or she should come with a long footing. Don't come with a short footing. That's the only request which is there.
But today's Gen Z, they just want that if they are earning 30,000 somewhere and they are getting a hike of 20%, so they will definitely switch. There is nothing that can stop them from switching.
I correctly agree with you, and this is something which is a very, very big problem. There's a joke which was happening in which was going in various WhatsApp groups and something like that, which states that लोग हैं लेकिन काम के लिए नहीं, काम है लेकिन लोग नहीं है. So I just tell you, this is my own personal perspective. As a banker, I've seen people. There used to be a time when when I joined bank, we were maximum age was something 30, 35. There were young people who were coming, young people who were entering. Somehow those things are changing. So this is not only in our sector. This is across all places, and it's a वो चैलेंज है. वो आप मतलब लोगों को लाना, लोगों को उनको रिटेन करना. और एक सिंपल सी बात है कि एज आई पुट दिस एग्जांपल टू मेनी पीपल दैट आप चलती हुई ट्रेन में चढ़ रहे हो. तो चलती हुई ट्रेन में जब चढ़ना होता है तो दौड़ना भी उसी की स्पीड से होता है. तो थोड़ा सा शुरुआत तो स्लो होगी, बाद में तो पकड़ ही सकते हैं. सो वो सिनेरियो है. सो बेसिकली whomsoever who is joining with you as in any organization, he or she should always show patience. At least spend 1-2 years in any organization to understand the things, because उससे पहले आपको भी नहीं पता चलेगा. कहीं ना कहीं आपको आपके स्किल्स पता चल जाएंगे. Your supervisor will to understand your skills. And yes, banking is changing. There used to be a time, यहाँ पे कई सारे सीनियर लोग बैठे हैं. There used to be a time when banking used to happen. और आप जा रहे हो वहां पे क्लर्क साहब सो रहे हैं. Those things are changing. People want a high speed banking. And frankly speaking, I tell this to all of my reportees and my colleagues that as I don't go to my bank, similar way my customer does not come to my bank, so I have to go to him. तो घर जाके उसकी चाय पियो ना, वहां का दूध अच्छा होगा. ऑफिस की तो आपको फिल्टर, ऑफिस की तो वो जो आपको चाय कॉफी को जो मशीन वाली होती है वो इतनी टेस्टी नहीं.
So do you think that digitalization is good for banking, or is it not good for banking? What do you think? Like everything is done online now. Anything you need to do RTGS, NEFT, every bank has their own application. People can do it from their home only. Why would they come bank? And I think that if they are not coming back when we are not having a face-to-face interaction, I think that's a bit difficult that we'll be able to sell our products to them. Maybe it can be HI, it can be LI, anything. So what do you say about this?
देखो, या तो इवॉल्व हो जाओ वीनू, या एग्जिस्ट हो जाओ.
Okay.
ठीक है. अब सिंपल सी बात ये है कि थिंग्स I joined HDFC Bank in 2009 when first time RTGS NEFT was brought into branch banking. I went for a training. And it was a cumbersome process. So basically, you have to change with the things. The technology is impacting. I just tell you the next biggest thing which is already happening around us is AI.
AI.
And
yes.
It's one of the biggest thing. It's one of the biggest thing which is going to happen, because a machine is understanding you. So you just ask itself a question. It will come with responses. It will come with the solutions, and that day is not very far away when it will be to understand. It is going to exceed us. There's a word for it. I'm not able to remember it. I think singularity. So that is not very far away when it's going to exceed us. So for a bank, for any sector, or even for banking also, for people who are public facing, AI is something which is something, but we have to evolve. We have to evolve it. We have to make it as a complement thing. something, just like when a customer come at your counter, you have to do RTGS, but you can always discuss with him. Sir, RTGS करा रहे हो, फैमिली में किस किस के अकाउंट्स हैं सर, बैंकिंग वगैरह कहाँ कर रहे हो, अच्छा आपके अकाउंट में ये ट्रांजेक्शन हुई है, मेरे पास ये ऑफर है. सी अल्टीमेटली in any sector which you go, any organization you go, it get whatever new thing which you bring, it get commoditized. वो commodity बन जाती है कुछ टाइम के बाद. It becomes same. I can give 5% discount on book my show, 1+1 book my show, आप भी दे दोगे, कोई भी बैंक दे देगा. The main thing is कि top of the mind में क्या है. Am I in the top of the mind? Is my uh, is my name on the top of the mind of the customer? That's the main thing. उसी से चीज सही चलेगी. Just give me a second, एक minute. I just
Yeah,
want to
sure,
plug
sure.
I had to plug my laptop with the.
Sure,
Okay.
sir, sure.
Hello. Hello.
Hello. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You're audible.
Yeah.
Okay. So since you have so much of experience, I would like to know that only one challenge in banking that you find the toughest. And is there a way to, resolve that, to handle that?
Salary hike नहीं करते ज्यादा यार.
But incentive देते हैं.
नहीं, हमारे लेवल पे इंसेंटिव भी नहीं होता.
Oh.
वो है, तो सैलरी हैक ज्यादा नहीं करते, बड़ा चैलेंज है. तो बाकी ये है कि देखो, चैलेंज कम्स फ्रॉम ईच एंड एवरी फील्ड, और उसका वो रहते ही रहते हैं. द चैलेंज इज टू रिमेन stick to code, challenge is to remain stick to ethics. Somebody brings you a check which is unsigned, somebody brings you a check which is does not have a correct details. You have to get it done. It's a very good customer for you. Ethics is something, which is
Very
something
important. Thank
very,
you.
very important in any sector. We don't do anything wrong. I still remember when I don't know whether it's a chapter there in as of now with the graduation with the BBA or not, because in our time BBA used to be a 4-year course. So there was a course of ethics, and I remember some lady used to come. So ethics is something which is very important for any organization to go, and even for a staff also. So ethics is something which is a challenging for any person, because you're a customer facing. You have to make him. You have to make him calm, but don't make him angry. So that's how the things are.
Yeah, like sometimes the customers are really in an angry mood. They are ready to say anything to you. But I guess banking comes with, that if you are a banker, you have to keep patience at any cost.
घर का झगड़ा यहाँ आ जाता है.
So you have to keep patience at any cost, even if the customer is abusing you.
हाँ, बिल्कुल बिल्कुल. I can speak in English ना, चलेगा ना.
Okay, बिल्कुल sir. So like this happened अभी ATM से there was a note which was a little bit थोड़ा सा हल्का सा torn type था, मतलब it was usable in the market, ऐसा कुछ नहीं था, बिल्कुल हल्का सा ऊपर से. So customers started yelling at us कि ये नकली है, we are not going to use it. So I guess banking is something number one skill that we need is patience. This is what I think.
देखो, पेशेंस और लर्निंग दोनों चाहिए. रीजन ये है, जैसे देखो, कस्टमर्स whichever place, whichever, अगर आप भी किसी शॉप पे जाते हो and you get a tempered bottle, पानी की बॉटल टेम्पर्ड है, right? So you will always put a question on it. Customer has got right to get right for that. Our job is to remain patient, understand his concern, get his query solved, and definitely वो मैटर किसी ना किसी तरीके से, कस्टमर अगर हम काम नहीं हैंडल करेंगे, पानी नहीं पिलाएंगे, ठंडा हो जाएगा. तो नोट वाली जो बात है, ये एक रेगुलर इश्यूज है, विच इज रेगुलर कंसर्न विच इज देयर, एंड इट कम्स अ लॉट. वो होता है, एंड कस्टमर्स जॉब, being a customer is something, it's something because he comes with a lot of definitely he will not never yell on those things only. He comes with various other grudges जो कहीं ना कहीं पास्ट में हो रही है, एंड दिस इज समथिंग विच वी डिस्कस जस्ट अभी हमने एक 4-5 मिनट पहले जो हम डिस्कस करा, बिकॉज द पीपल आर नॉट स्टेबल. He does not get a similar pace. So if you speak to the old bankers which is there, if you speak to somebody who is there for quite a banking for a very very long time, you see a stability over there. You see you see a manager who is stable, you see a staff who's over there who's stable with the things which are opening up. And I know somebody who's a very senior post in State Bank of India, and he told me, because when I talk about SBI, I think it's a Sarkari number. He told me that the 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 pressure is cumbersome, and even if it is only on papers, it's a second and fourth Saturday off. You have to go into the field, understand the concerns, understand the question, understand the customer, and especially with the with the few government with the many other government schemes which are mandatory need to be happen. So which the person is always looking for, have to get onto the foot, who in even from a very very simple, and this is something which has happened in last 11 years, which is there, that even the person who's just selling the पान मसाला on as a hawker जिसको हम बोलते हैं, उसको भी banker के तौर पे respect किया जाता है. That is something which is a very very good thing happen, because we all started from I don't know what, you are quite young, but I started when the banks used to be a sleeping point. The aunties used to sweater बुनिंग और वो सब चलता था. And अंकल जी रीडी बनने में, प्योड़ा बनने में, it used to take around a whole day. So I've seen those eras. So things have changed a lot. और भी कई सारे बड़े लोग बैठे हैं यहाँ पे जो मेरे से उम्र में बड़े हैं, डॉक्टर AK सिंह हैं, तो उन्होंने तो और भी ऐसे eras देखे जहाँ रजिस्टर्स पलट पलट के देखा जाता था. तो वो हैं चीजें. सो कस्टमर के पास अपने राइट्स हैं, बिकॉज ही कैन ऑलवेज डू अ कंपैरिजन जो आप और मैं नहीं कर सकते. he can always has opinion about us जो हम नहीं कर सकते. So if we handle him better, he is going to take our feedback much better. He is going to able to हमारा हमारा feedback, हमारा जो concerns हैं, जो customer के concerns हैं, वो हमें ढंग से सुनने चाहिए. और point is absolutely correct. वो क्रजेस लेके जरूर आता है, लेकिन हमें प्रैक्टिकल हैंडल, वो हर एक सर्विस सेक्टर में होता है. होटल में चले जाओ, एयरलाइंस में चले जाओ, आपको बहुत सारे एक्सपीरियंस मिलेंगे ऐसे.
Okay, so there's one Pawan Arya wants to ask a few questions. He's asking that according to you, what are the top 5 growing sectors in India?
Pawan, मतलब मतलब what sense does he want to say that? मतलब बहुत सारे सेक्टर्स हैं. बहुत सारे सेक्टर्स हैं, बहुत सारे चीजें हैं. इंडिया ओवरऑल बहुत अच्छा ग्रो कर रहा है, एंड frankly speaking, if things happen in such a way, we might see a reverse migration. IT used to be one of the bellwether. इंफ्रा में बहुत अच्छा ग्रोथ हो रही है. somehow last 11 years में जो चीजें हुई हैं, they are becoming a really really good. स्टार्टअप्स के तौर पे बहुत अच्छा पोजीशन गवर्नमेंट ने लॉन्च करा है, प्रपोजल्स दिए हैं, अपॉर्चुनिटीज दी हैं, और नेशनल होता है मार्केट भी है. मतलब आई जस्ट वांट टू I think, I don't know whether students are there or not, but I just want to tell a doing job is very easy. Somebody who is a startup kind of thing, somebody जिसको पता है यार मेरे को 30-31 तारीख को अपने घर के 4 लोगों के अलावा अपनी कंपनी के, अपनी दुकानों के 15-20 लोगों का भी पेट पालना है, उनके भी घर वालों का, एक्सटेंडेड फैमिली का भी पेट पालना है. दैट इज वेरी डिफिकल्ट. So that is something, opportunities which has come. Yes, it comes with challenges. Things are becoming much better. पैन इंडिया चीजें हैं, तो सेक्टर स्पेसिफिक बहुत सारी चीजें ग्रो हो रही हैं, और अक्रॉस ऑल सेक्टर्स में ही ग्रोथ हो रही है. ये फैक्ट है. वो आप किसी भी पैमाने में देख सकते हो. जीडीपी के पैमाने में भी देख सकते हो आप. जीडीपी का रिफ्लेक्शन आपको इंडेक्स में दिखता है, मार्केट में दिखता है, सब जगह दिखता है. देयर ऑलवेज सम बैड गन्स व्हिच इज देयर, वो चलेंगे.
Okay, sir. So, one last advice you would like to give to the Gen Z people out there? What would you like to say?
सी माई रिक्वेस्ट इज वेरी सिंपल. आप किसी भी कंपनी, किसी भी सेक्टर में जाओ, अपना भी जॉब करो. देखो, पहली चीज क्या होती है, व्हाट आई टेल, हम जो भी इंसान कहीं भी नौकरी करता है, दे ऑलवेज सिट ऑन द चेयर. ठीक है, टेक दैट चेयर एज अ कॉस्ट सेंटर. हाउ यू कैन चेंज दैट कॉस्ट सेंटर इनटू प्रॉफिट सेंटर, दैट्स अ सिमिलर थिंग. आप खुद, मतलब आप उसको ये सोच के चलोगे मैं नौकरी कर रही हूँ, नौकरी कर रहा हूँ, इट विल नॉट गिव यू एनी रिजल्ट. इफ यू टेक इट, हाँ मैं अपना बिजनेस चला रहा हूँ, ये
Hmm.
ये मेरी सीट, मेरा धंधा है, यू विल ऑलवेज गोइंग टू मेक द थिंग्स आउट ऑफ इट. That's how the things happen. Because एक जगह से स्विचिंग करना, दूसरी जगह स्विचिंग करना, I see a lot of young people getting into uh, uh, getting into delivery jobs, getting into rapido jobs, because
Yes.
this is something which is, and उसकी बहुत सारी वजह हैं. I really don't want to get into all those stuff कि why the things are happening, that we can there are very many professional people are sitting over there in the call, they can also discuss. But my request is very simple. Whatever you do with patience. Time दो उस चीज को, फल एक दिन में नहीं लगता है वो चीज.
Yes. Okay, so there's one more question from the audience that could you please tell us some government schemes for initial financial support for young entrepreneurs, if you could guide them?
देखिए, फॉर अ फाइनेंशियल सेक्टर सपोर्ट में इनिशियल के लिए, आई जस्ट टेल यू, इट इज ओनली ऑन पेपर्स. ठीक है, दैट्स अ वेरी वेरी सिंपल थिंग. बीइंग अ बैंकर, माय जॉब इज टू कीप योर मनी सिक्योर और कीप my money secure. So anything for a very very startup, very very initial stage, there are a lot of schemes which government comes with, Mudra, Shishu loan, there are various things which is there. But frankly speaking, आप किसी और इंसान से पैसा जब निकाल सकते, सरकार से पैसा निकालना बड़ा मुश्किल होता है.
Mhm.
तो so basically, yes, these things are there, but on a very initial stage, the dispersal of those things are very very rare, very very rare. So basically, the initial stage, one should always look for at least 2 to 3 years. Funding should come from his own pocket, from own personal loans, personal lending, family lendings. I believe many of you would have seen Shark Tank 3-4 season which has happened. तो आप हर किसी में देख रहे होंगे कि वो बोलता है कि मैंने अपने पापा से लोन लिया, मैंने इससे लोन लिया है. तो इनिशियल स्टेज पे दिस इज हाउ थिंग्स हैपन. Yes, there are schemes which are there, but just try to remember, uh, we as a bank, we cannot go into a, a risky exposures, because naturally it's my money and your money which is there in a bank, which a bank is lending. अपना पैसा तो छाप नहीं रहे हम, तो उसमें एक्सपोजर्स बहुत ज्यादा होते हैं, रिस्क ज्यादा होता है. इसलिए the initial stage में it's always better that first of all you should have a good buffer, you should have a capacity to take risk, good buffer, and then you can always move it.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much for answering all the questions with so much
Thank you.
patience. Thank you so much. And
Um,
over to you, ma'am.
One question from my side, sir. Sir, as you know, Professor BP Singh, sir, I hope our chairman, DSPC,
Hmm.
yeah. So, as a guru or some other person or a guru or in your life, can you just tell me one advice or one learning they told you and you just keep recalling it and you just admire in your life?
देखिए, TSPSR or a BBA was something which which came out by an accident by me, for me. And I just tell many of my family members, I got admitted in DSPSR on a BBA course in 1999. If it were in 2000, I would never have got into this course. So 4 years in that institution, Mr. Singh, Dr. AK Singh, all of them, they give us a very, very good exposure. Exposure के मामले में हमारे पास professors बहुत अच्छे आते थे. I all are a distinguished professor from all the colleges. I still remember AK sir used to say कि यार तुम professor का नाम बताओ, मैं ला दूंगा. I will ask him to come. I still remember our economics professor used to be Dhingra, IP Dhingra या IC Dhingra. His books used to be printed. So, मतलब, this is one of the, it gave me a launch pad. And जो मतलब if I would have gone to a उस जमाने में जो आपका नॉर्मल बेसिक बीकॉम वगैरह चीजें होती थी, if I done that, तो शायद वो एक लर्निंग फैक्टर कभी भी नहीं आता. And not only me, it is one of many of my colleagues had found a very, very good launchpad from there.
Okay, thank you. Anyone having another question or a query? In audience, you may ask, or you can write it in the chat. Okay. So over to Sugandh ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Thanks a lot, sir, for giving your insightful thoughts with us. Now I'd like to invite Mr. Pawan Arya for the vote of thanks.
Thank you, Sugandh ma'am. Good evening, everyone. It is my privilege to extend the vote of thanks at the conclusion of the online session. First and foremost, heartfelt thank you to Mr. Sandeep Maini for accepting my invitation and deliver wonderful session and empowered our student through your experience and wisdom. I also sincere thank you to Venu Kapoor ma'am for asking questions on the behalf of audience and students. I also thank you to President sir for giving this wonderful platform for connecting all alumni and making a strong network of alumni. I also thank you to all the audience for asking the questions and making the session interactive. Thank you all. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, Ishita madam, please kindly end the meeting.